Congratulations. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Back to the races and over to you, our commentator, Manoharan. All yours.
Well, we are back again to the fifth race, the running of the Sinclair's Challenge Cup, three-quarter bred handicap, 1,000 meters is the distance. And we head straight to the starting point with the runners for you. Airborne 2, property of Mr. D. Ajanta de Soisa, grey gelding furrow, the colors of black and grey hoops, red collar and cuffs. Is trained by AVK De Silva, ridden by Dinesh, drawn 4, 60.5 kilos. 2 will be Legacy, is owned by Mr. Naveen Madhava Bandara, is trained by Jayanta Vijay ridden by S. Dasarathan, drawn 1, 60.5 kilos. 3 is Queen of the Hill. 1 is last outing, is Queen of the Hill, is owned by Mr. RMZK Rajapakse, is a filly, trained by Jayanta Vijay M. Mohanraj rides Queen of the Hill, 57.5 kilos, is drawn 2. And finally, number 4, Scooby-Doo, is the property of Messrs. Father Nihal Fernando and S.G. Thomas Colleges, is trained by S.D. Lalit and ridden by jockey Ashok Kumar, drawn 3, will carry 54 kilos. That's the 4 runners for the Sinclair's Challenge Cup. Distance run is 1,000 meters as horses are on the way towards the starting gates. Well, a lot of entertainment we had over the period of the morning as well as the afternoon session with a lot of fashion show and music brought to you from the Royal Turf Club, kind courtesy of Channel I, Lead in Sports. There you have it, that's Legacy for you. Queen of the Hill is putting the yellow colors with black epaulets. And the one on the far side, that's Airborne 2 with the black and grey hoops with red collar, is Airborne 2. And just right behind them is that last runner, that's Scooby-Doo for you in the colors of yellow, sky blue sleeves and cap, the Scooby-Doo, ridden by jockey Ashok Kumar. Well, Airborne 2. Airborne 2 is almost arriving at the starting point. The 1,000 meters will be just behind the monument. Well, if you haven't had a look at the races today, kindly log in to channeli.lk for the running of the races, brought to you from the Royal Turf Club, Norelia, Little England. Well, just to remind our patrons that we still got another days of racing in this April Racing Fest, which will be on the 30th of April. Come witness all the action for the last day of this April Racing Fest, and we'll have a break of close to about 3 months, and we'll be back once again in the month of August. But we still have 1 day of racing for this month, which is on the 30th of April. So make it a date to be here at the Royal Turf Club on 30th of April to witness all the racing action. And if you cannot come over, kindly hook onto your television monitors with live feeds being broadcasted throughout the island nation, kind courtesy of Channel I, Leader in Sports. Or if not, you're not able to see this on Channel I, you can certainly log on to www.channeli.lk, which will be accessible to you worldwide to witness all the action. Horse racing at its highest level, as the runners still on the way towards the gates. In your pictures, that's Queen of the Hill and Legacy for you. The stands absolutely jam-packed. The stands at its fullest capacity, with people standing on either side of the track witnessing the racing here and almost ready for racing. As the starters are in position, there will be a flag start for this three-quarter bred race. Four runners almost getting ready in a line to be flagged off. Starter is at his position. (1,000 meters is the distance for this St. Clair's Challenge Cup. Scooby-Doo is not in your picture. Just waiting for Scooby-Doo to arrive at the gates at the starting point. And once Scooby-Doo arrives at the starting point, there you have it in your picture. Scooby-Doo finally has arrived. Airborne, Legacy are in showing a lot of interest to be flagged off. Start asking them to go back. It's certainly a difficult task to flag off horses, as they have to be in a line to be flagged off. Airborne 2 has been brought behind the gates, and Queen of the Hill has also been led back. The white flag's been waved, almost ready. They are racing for the St. Clair's Challenge Cup. Scooby-Doo gets a flyer to take over the running, now been passed on the outside by Queen of the Hill. Queen of the Hill is the leader, Scooby-Doo in second, Airborne 2. Legacy is the one which is close to about 4-5 lengths behind. Well, they are approaching the 200-meter marker. Back to the leader, and Scooby-Doo, just the leader, leads this field by about a neck up in front, and joining up on the outside is Airborne 2. Then comes Queen of the Hill, and running last is Legacy. They are approaching the final bend and enter into the home straight for the running of the St. Clair's Challenge Cup. Into the home straight they come. Airborne 2 is the one who shot into the lead and is taken up the running by about a length in front of Queen of the Hill is the one which is warming up on the outside, but Airborne 2 still has that lead about 2 in front of Queen of the Hill is the one which is coming to the strong challenge in the outside. Airborne 2 from Queen of the Hill, Airborne 2 from Queen of the Hill, and Legacy fighting back towards the inner railing, but it's Airborne 2 who's going to win this race from Queen of the Hill. Then comes Legacy, ending up last of 4 was Scooby-Doo. Tell me, Mr. Marshall. Well, there you have it, pictures of the winner, Airborne 2, making his way towards the grandstand. Queen of the Hill finished second, Legacy ended up third. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Airborne 2, is making his way. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of the St. Clair's Challenge Cup, Airborne 2. Well, let's stand by for the replay for you with Scooby-Doo getting a flyer to take on the running. Queen of the Hill travelled about 4 wide off the fence, joined up with the front runner, that is Scooby-Doo, and these two runners were making their own pace right on the final bend. Airborne 2 was in close attendance, shot through in between runners, took over the running at the final home straight, and then Airborne 2 with the jockey having a peep over his shoulder to see any possible threat, but the threat did arrive from Queen of the Hill, but it was hands and heels for Airborne 2, who finally ended up victorious to win the St. Clair's Challenge Cup by a margin of about a length, with the Queen of the Hill ending up second, and Legacy, who finished on only third. Scooby-Doo was completely out of it and ended up in the ruck, finishing on fourth. So this is certainly a fine performance coming from Airborne 2, ending up winning the St. Clair's Challenge Cup by a comfortable margin, with Queen of the Hill finishing on second. Legacy finishes on third. And we'll stand by for the results of the St. Clair's Challenge Cup. Number 1, Airborne 2 first. Number 3, Queen of the Hill second. Number 2, Legacy is being placed third. That's the complete judges spacing. It's 1, 3, 2 for the St. Clair's Challenge Cup. Distance run is 1,000 meters. We'll go in for a short commercial break, and we'll be back again for the last race, Rupavahini RTC Cup. Until then, take a go in for break.